if we're working. We look like we're working to me. So, man, I intended to get these built last week because I streamed this last Saturday too. That just did not happen. I got very little time for hobby this week. I did make a whole bunch of progress on the city-state centaurs, not centaurs, minotaurs. So that's pretty cool. So they're getting closer to being done, which is sweet. Yeah. They're a little glossy right now, but the top coat, because it's matte, will take care of that. So getting a little closer with them at least, which is pretty cool. Right? So they're pretty sweet. I gotta do the painting on the shield still for all the cows, but yeah, they're getting closer, which is nice. They're about the only piece of hobby I got to do this week, though. So this pile of bits here is still stuff that I had cut out from last Saturday. So I still got this guy, who's the only one I've built so far. The archer commander guy with the cool feather wings. There he is. He's the only one I've built so far, so we got 2 more to build. There they are. Fancy, fancy, fancy. Cool dudes. Alright. So, pretty much, if I remember correctly, all the bodies are interchangeable, which was really cool discovery last time we were working on these. Let me bounce you out a little bit there. There we go. Yeah, it was a really cool discovery last time we were working on these, is the bodies were interchangeable. And like really, like straight up, like almost everything on this kit is interchangeable. Like it's just like a crazy kit basher dream, to be honest. Which, I'm going to be super honest, a whole bunch of these conquest kits really are. A lot of them just give you like crazy options, and it's just like go to town, you know? It's pretty darn cool. So we're going to clip out all the bodies. We're going to see which ones look the best together. And then we'll kind of figure out what we're building. I want at least one of these guys to be a melee guy, because I want to have the option of having a melee guy. So, beside the other one, the third one, I don't know what I want him to be. You're probably like, oh, but you can't have less than 3 in a unit. Well, in First Blood you can. So, I'm really building these guys for First Blood. I keep trying to get back into like big scale army games, but I really just think they're not for me. Like, my interest in the hobby is very like transient's the wrong word, but like it moves around a lot, you know. I'll like get into really excited about this idea, and then I'll get really excited about this idea. At the beginning of this year, like I was almost entirely doing World War II historical stuff. I was just like mega into that, and you know that will probably hit me again. I'm still mega into all the cowboy stuff. That's really fun. I have a ton of that I'm working on too. I want to do all kinds of cool terrain for that still. Alright, so let's see. Part 1 and Part 2. They go together just like that. Okay. So you got that one that's kind of like, would be like a little bit of a back run. Or we got this one. It's just like, kind of like a, kind of straight up. That's like a what is that called? The thing. Oh, there's a. It's not a canter. It's there's a name for this. The little, really tight leg walking. There's a name for that. So it looks like we're pretty much guaranteed to get one of those poses. Yeah. Oh, I guess these are actually the same piece. Isn't that interesting? Look, his right leg is not this. His right side is not the same piece. Interesting. Oh, look, you get two of this piece for the left side, right? And then you get two of this piece for the right side. Oh, weird. Okay. So it's not 6 completely unique pieces, but they still can go together basically however. That's pretty neat engineering, but not what I was expecting. I thought they were all totally unique. Well, that means we gotta have one of the cantering bodies. Or, it's not a canter. It's got another name. I'm just totally blanking on it. Alright, give me one sec. Let me do this. So I think you're gonna get my hand, just like the back of my hand, a lot if I don't, to be honest. Put the bodies together and then put them on the bases, and then we can figure out which guys we want to build. So I want at least one melee guy, and the other one I'm pretty much just going to go what pose I think looks coolest. To be totally honest. So I really just want one of each, and then the other one's going to be just extra kind of fun times. Don't really have a goal for him, you know. You're like, why are you picking that apart? There's a tiny bit of a nub here. Ugh, that's screwing it up so it's not sitting really flush. See how nicer the saddle sits now? Alright, let's find some bases for them. I think they're still in the box. Nope. All that's in the box is the cards. I know I've shown these off on stream before, but for anyone that didn't see the other streams, there's the cards. They're pretty cool. The conquest cards are neat. There's a really cool activation mechanic. For big total assets, probably it's not my favorite activation mechanic, but it's probably like my second favorite. So what you do is you build like a deck of the cards, and that deck determines what models you activate in what order. But you get to be like, okay, I'm going to activate this guy, then I'm going to activate this guy, and you kind of like put them in this deck, and as you pull them, you activate them. And it's really neat. It feels cool, and it also just leads to really interesting situations, right? Because like, you can't perfectly plan out what you're going to do, because your enemy also builds a deck like this, and it just produces a really cool bit of variance. There we go, there's our fancy striding our body. You got this one doing prance. That's the word. It's a prance. No, that's wrong. I don't know. I don't remember the horse dressage steps. This guy's only going to have, he's not going to have any support on the right side. I was going to pick him up and show you, but he just fell over again. Yeah, he's going to have really, like, no support at all. fine. We're just going to probably have to prop him up against something. That's fine. That container of dice will do. Alright, so let's see. So we got our 2 bodies built. Let's figure out what guys we want to build. So there's this guy here with the sword and shield, like this cleaver and shield combo. It's a pretty cool pose. We got this one where he's kind of like holding it back. And the neat thing is, any of these bits we can mix and match. Like both the arms, we can mix and match them. Let's see, we got this guy here charging forward with the shield in the air. And you got a couple different bow poses. I do not like this bow pose, so I don't want to build that one. This bow pose isn't bad. What other ranged units do I have? Got a whole bunch of little ghosts that can throw fireballs. That's what I've got. So maybe a ranged, maybe 2 ranged would actually be pretty damn good. I'll think about that. Alright, I think I like this cleaver pose here a lot. I think that one's really neat. Yeah, 'cause he's gonna like swing the weapon. So 53 and 55. That one's cool too. 109 there. That's a neat weapon. Okay. 21. $27. There's the boss weapons. That's not what I'm looking for, though. Okay, I must just be like straight up blind. So this is 27. This is part 2 right here. I'm looking for that other cleaver. 53. Is that what I'm looking for? Yes. The one that I was like, that's a neat part. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, 53 and then 55. Which is actually this one here with the cool tassels on the bottom. So, yeah, good choices. All right. There we go. Okay. What body does he get? He gets 59, 57, 61. Because all the armor on these things is different, which is just crazy. Like, legitimately, you'd be able to build multiple, even if you just built, like one type, you'd be able to build multiple boxes of these and have every one of them be different, just because of the kit bash potential, right? Like I just clipped out these 2 weapons, right? I don't have to actually use those weapons together. All right, these they just go to make the pose from the book. You can actually just grab completely different arms if you want. So it's pretty cool. You're going to have a lot of cool options there. All right, there we go. That one fits. Nice and easy. Okay. All Alright, got that body there. These models go together so nice. Ugh. Legitimately, like the Warlord stuff and the Stargrave stuff. What is that company called? War Games Atlantic. Like Warlord and Warlord Games Atlantic and Conquest, they're like straight up my favorite models these days. I used to like love the GW models best, but man, I really, really like these. They're just so nice. And like there's some, with the Conquest models, there's some monopose, but like usually you have a lot of options. Those feline Avatara that I showed off the other day, they're like the first models that I built for Conquest that didn't have like a trillion options. Wait, does that not go there? No. Yeah, that's his chess piece. Does not feel like it though. Does not feel like it wanted to sit right. Oh, there it goes. I bet you I can mix and match the chess pieces. What other chess pieces are there? Everything else mixes and matches. Oh, everybody else has their chess piece built in. Okay. Except for this guy. This guy's got that one. Let's look at that, see what it looks like. The round ones I think are for the archers. The square ones are for the melee guys. So I think I will keep that as a concept. Oh yeah, I like that one better. We'll do that one. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, cool. So that's gonna be his melee weapons. I think I want him on the running body. I don't think I want the cantering body to be the melee guy that's swinging. So I think that makes more sense than that. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and put him on there. And then we'll figure out what armor goes on this body for a melee guy. Yeah. There we go. All right. Okay, cool. Let's figure out what armor goes on a melee guy now. Let's see. He gets 63, 76. So let's find those. I'm going to keep this off the camera because last time it really made the camera blur out. Looks like he could have pretty much any of those, like, butt flaps. So we're looking for 63, 76, 75, 74. And that's if we like that tail, because there might be tail options here too. So let's, oh god, I just have to pick one thing. Let's find one thing. Alright, we're going to find the butt flap. That's butt flap number 10. This is 63. Okay, so this is the butt flap we're going to use. Okay, now we got our butt flap. Set that one aside. Okay, now we need 75 and 74, which look like side armor pieces. Wait, no, those are the ones with the saddlebags. I don't want the ones with the saddlebags. I want armored ones. Which one is this guy getting? 21, 22. And 110, 104. Alright, let's look at those. Alright, what is this one? This one is 21, 22. Yeah, that's like a big heavy armor piece. That's what I'm looking for. See where it's got like the plate armor on it? That's what I want for the melee guy. I guess the commander in both the archer and the regular get the saddlebags. Okay, and now we can do something like 97, 98 maybe? I also think this is a tail. That doesn't look like any of the tails in the illustrations, so I'm wondering if there's an extra tail. There we go, we need that. And then $47. All right. What do we got here? We got 47 right there. This is like where the saddle would go in a regular horse, but it's just like straps on this guy. Okay. So this so if you just build them according to the instructions, you don't have to hunt and peck as much as I am. But because they're interchangeable, I'm like, oh, can't build it according to the instructions, gotta build it my own way, you know. Boop. So like that fits great, right? And this must be for somebody else then, because there's no room for a saddle then. All the kit bashing stuff is really fun with these. The model that, at least for me, that this the conquest models really started doing this with was the Raptor Riders. Oh man, they were so much fun to build. I legitimately like fell in love building those models. I put so much time into painting them just because I really liked the models. Like I did like all these like highlights and like you know, volumetric painting and all this kind of stuff on them. Like they look fucking dope. But man, it's just because I really liked them so much. Okay, so that goes on. And then we have this guy here, which is going to go in the front. And then I think we're going to have little bits on the side, I think, too. So that goes right there. And I think he gets little ones like on his front shanks. Yeah, I think he gets something like this, equivalent of that on the front shank. We just have to find it in the instructions to figure out what it is. Okay, and then you get his butt plate, which, how does that work? Oh, just like that. Okay, so that's going to attach really nice. And I guess his tail's going to go out over the top of it. Alright, so let's clip out all the tails we see. Because I think we have an extra tail. Because I'm looking at the one in the instructions, and it sure as hell don't look like the tail I got. It could be that tail, though. Yeah, I bet that's what it is. I bet it's actually the tail I put on this guy. So yeah, maybe there's only 3 tails then. Okay, got that. And yeah, okay, there's only 3 tails then. Alright, good, good, good. We figured it out. So this one is gonna go in his butthole like that. And then no, it should be held up like that. Unless this one doesn't work with this butt flap, which is a possibility. No, there it goes. Hold on. That side's not in right. There we go. Yeah, that works. That works fine. Okay. I think the tail with the like not braid, that's the wrong term. The like scrunchy. The tie, that's the word. The tail with the tie in it, I think, makes a lot of sense for a melee guy. Although I guess the other one's all braided up, isn't it? Yeah. It's braided up and has like spikes ran into it, which is pretty insane and badass, to be honest. Alright, gotta put some glue on his butthole. There it goes. I can stick the tail in there. Okay. So he needs these pieces of armor here, and then anything else a melee guy needs. So this is the melee guy we're building. It says to use pieces 105 and 111. And then we gotta find a little set of wings that we like too. So let's see, this is 104, 105 is right here. 104, was this the 111? This might have been 111. Alright, let's clip out 105 and go from there. That set of swords is cool. I wonder who gets that? Or is that just an extra accoutrement? So I'd kind of like to give that to an archer, to be honest. Alright, sorry, zoning there. We're looking for 111. Alright, so we're also looking for wings. I don't like these wings, they're kind of piddly and little. This one has this tri-set of wings, that's pretty cool. That one's pretty neat. This one has this really big curved set of bone wings. This one has this big set that curves up really high. And then there's 109, 101, 111. Alright. Let's try out that curved set of wings. Or, I'm sorry, the tri set of wings. I think they look cool. Oop, as I punch the camera with my face. Yeah, I think those ones look badass. Let's put those on. Oh, then we're getting ever closer to having another dude done. All right. Alright, I clipped out 2 of them. Where the hell did the other one go? There it is. And then it falls off. Good, good. Just what we wanted. Hey, pupper. What are you doing, buddy? Huh? My dog is coming in here to huff at me. What you doing, pal? Oh, are they supposed to go like that? Do they face inwards? Or I just totally build them wrong? Crazy, they do. Really? Oh yeah, they do. Man, that's kind of twisted and cool. I like that. I expected them to like face outwards like actual wings, you know? But it's actually cool that they point the other way. That's pretty dope. Alright, let's clean up the nubs on this weapon. My dog is laying now just slightly out of the room. So he's just out of petting range. Because that's the kind of douche he is. Though I still love him. And he's still a very good boy. Even though sometimes he's a jerk. Oh! Yeah, these are cool. Cool freaking models. Also, in the information of Conquest, they have a special going on for Gen Con. They have the special edition, like, event miniatures up and running. And this year they actually have them on the website, which is really cool. So, because the other year I was really sad I couldn't get one of them. So, this year I picked one up. So one of them is like this crazy angry chicken thing that actually adds like a whole game mode, which is kind of cool. And the other one is actually a Raj for the Sorcerer Kings. But he's like a little, like, dwarf guy. He kind of looks like Jasmine's dad from what is the name of that freaking cartoon? From Aladdin. Yeah, from Aladdin. He kind of looks like Jasmine's dad, which I thought was just fucking adorable and hysterical. And so he's this little guy with this big beard, and he's riding on a really tiny little elephant. It's pretty awesome. So I picked him up. So he's on the way. And because I have no self-control, I also bought a whole shit ton of Nord stuff. So that's on the way too. So I wanted to paint the werewolf units from the Nords. So I picked up their starter box, like I did for all these other guys. Their First Blood warband, just so I'd have some more units so I could play with them. And then I picked up the 5th anniversary starter box for the Nords, which is basically like all of the animal units in one box, which is really cool. So I've got those coming and the Raj. So that's pretty exciting. So I'll get to work on those on the channel. And I actually have some guys out back being primed right now. I've got my big fire kitty being primed out back, which is exciting. And I've got those Leo 9 Avatara and some characters for the spires. Yeah, he's looking cool. Alright, let's figure out what head we want him to have now. So there's this head with the really cool big blowing mane. I'm a big fan of that one. I think this one's supposed to be the leader, but it's just really freaking cool. Let's see, this one is more of a mask, so that's really for the archers. That one's actually pretty neat too, to be honest. You can see his kind of like rotted face there. That's pretty cool. We've got another mask, which is for the archers, so we don't want that. And we've got another mask for the archers, so we don't want that. Then we have this cool head here with the spikes at the top. That's pretty badass, to be honest. I like that a lot. And then we have one other kind of zombie face with like a Mongolian hat. That's pretty cool. It's a lot of good heads. This one's really cool. Yes, it might be a little big though. I kind of really like this one with the spikes coming out the top. The Mongolian one's really good though too, because this one has like a really skeletal face. Yeah, we'll do the spiked one. I like the spiked one, I think. All right, then we got to figure out what guy we want next. So I think what we're going to do is I think we're going to build a body and play with that. Yeah. That's pretty darn cool. There he is. That's pretty sweet, I'm not gonna lie. Alright. We got one archer and one melee guy. So now we gotta figure out what the third one's gonna be. The archers have really cool wings, and they're very unique looking. Let's see, what do we have here? We got some bodies. Yeah, so we could do either of those bodies. We could do... So there's a lot of body options, which is really cool. So the ones with the more scale mail, they're supposed to be the melee guys. And I do like that visual distinction, so I'm not gonna like kit bash between the two types of models, if that makes sense. I'm gonna keep that visual distinction, like the you know, the archers have the big metal wings and the other guys have the kind of like plate armor. I'm gonna keep that distinction because I do think that really does help the units to be differentiated, even though they end up having like different weapons too. I think just having that visual cue be different is neat. Oh, okay, these ones don't fit together at all. I picked the wrong ones, apparently. Not what I was expecting. I must have just clipped out the wrong numbers. I don't know why I'm clipping this one out. I just am. I think I'm going to definitely do an archer, I think. The idea of having some, like, another ranged unit sounds really nice. Like one that's, like, ranged focused. So this army has a lot of, like, melee bruising. And, like, just, like, swamps of troops and stuff. But I think, like, a fast-running melee unit would be pretty fitting. Or a fast-running, like, archer unit would be pretty fitting. And be pretty neat. Also, in my brain, I associate centaurs with archers, and I don't know where that comes from. I don't know if it comes from, like, Greek pictures or something, but in my brain, centaurs are archers. Alright, so that's what one of the bodies would look like. Let's build the other one since we have all the pieces. We might as well. Then we can really get a good option in here. Alright, so we got this guy and we got this one up here. So this is part number 7. This is part number 6. Alright, so those have to go together then. Okay. Shoop. These defos fit together, but they're hitting a nub or something. It gotta be. There it is. Okay, I was like, I know we're hitting it. We're hitting a nub somewhere. Because it is, all these models have sat flush beautifully. Yeah, see, there it goes. I was like, they've all sat beautifully. I need to know why. Like, there's got to be a reason. Okay, so these are our 2 body options. Oop, as I knock this one apart. And this one is going to be a lot more like looking to the side, looks like. Okay, so we got that one really looking to the side, and then we've got this one, which is kind of just looking forward, to be honest. Yeah, he's kind of looking forward. This other guy's looking to the side. Alright, so let's clip out some arms, and we can figure out what guy we want to build. Alright. So we should have 3 bows left, including the bow for the main guy, for the leader. So we got that one, and we got this one. Up right here, okay. And we got the one for the leader too. Let's take a gander at these real quick. So this one, how does that sit? It sits somehow. How do you sit, friend? Do you sit like that? No. Come on, where do you go? Huh. He is not. Ah, like that. The Sid is not particularly fantastic, though. That could not be bad. That could be pretty good, especially if he's looking to the side and like shooting forward with the arm. That could be pretty cool. Yeah, because he's like shooting forward then. That's a pretty cool one, actually. I like that a lot. Because this one here, he's going to be like aiming to the side with it. Yeah, see? Yeah, the body totally changes it. Let's see if there's a left arm that looks like it's pulling a string back for this arm, because if there is, that would be pretty cool. I'll try this one real quick on the body that's looking to the side. Alright, so whoop. So I shoot the body literally across my desk. Alright. Bonk. And then bonk. So that one's going to be like that. And then this. Yeah, that's pretty good, to be honest. I like that a lot. That's a very, like, I don't know, archery pose. I dig that. Alright, we're going to do that. It has been decided our third centaur is going to be Archer. Dude. Is it Sagittarius? That's the Archer centaur? Is that where I think archers and centaurs go together? Alright, there he goes. Alright, we'll let the body sit for a minute, and we'll figure out what gear to put on to him. Okay, so we get 47. Which one of these has the, which one of these has that cool double knife set? Who's supposed to get that? Because that's cool. I want to use the cool double knife set. None of them. I know one of them has it on the fucking box. Yeah, none of these show instructions for the cool double knife set. Alright, one of them has it on the box. Let's look at that. Okay. Yeah, see? No, that's a... Yeah. See it right here? He's got it there. Alright, let's look at the cool double knife thing, because it's cool. I want to use it. Alright, let's figure out how this works. Gonna get this saddle. There it goes. Okay, so we'll put the saddle on. Alright. Shit, where'd the saddle go? There it is. Just like that. Okay, and then does this just like hang off of that? Like this? No. Huh. It looks like it's supposed to be strapped in, but I don't see how to do it. Alright, let's maybe if we put one of these here, it will become more apparent. So if that goes like that, can I like shit. Huh. Has it just kind of like back on top of the saddle? Alright, well he's going to need a quiver, so we'll clip one of those out. Here's his little quiver. He's going to need that. And then he's going to need a piece of... He's going to need one of these guys here. Need two of these guys. He's going to need those, and then he's going to need some hip armor. So we could do this one and that one, I think. When you clip out these hip armor, be careful, because the nub is actually part of the connector, and it doesn't look like it for a lot of these. So just be careful clipping those out. There we go. All right, let's see. What other options for hip armor would we have? We would have this one, which pretty much looks the same. I mean, it's technically different, but we'll clip them out. Like, when I say it looks the same, I mean it conceptually looks the same. Not like it actually is the same, because it very clearly is not. The details are all different. This doesn't plug into there, does it? No. Okay. Just wanted to make sure, you know. And then he's going to need one of these guys here for his front. All right, cool. All right, so that's where that goes. We can go ahead and put that on. My glue is running out of juice apparently. I have another one. I'll grab it if I have to, but trying to use up every drop I can, because I actually really like this stupid GW glue. I know a lot of people don't like the GW glue, but I actually really like it. I like the little applicator. I used to use glue from like another company that had a similar applicator, but now they've moved to this fucking plastic nozzle, and it's terrible. Alright. Okay, and then we can pick which ones of these we want. Okay. No, maybe I have it wrong. I have it in the wrong spot, maybe? No. Maybe it's just because there's nubs on it. That's probably the case. Yep, probably the case. The case of too many damn nubs. I don't know. I think that's where that's supposed to sit, but it does not feel like it's sitting right, so must not be. Oh, there it goes. That's how it goes. Just like that. See? It fits really good that way. Like you can feel it like just like plop into the socket. These models are all made so well. They're all actually made by Archon Studios. Just like a lot of the Mantic stuff is now. Yeah, so they're all made by Archon in Poland, which is pretty cool. And honestly, I mean, like, Archon does such a good job that there's very few companies that couldn't improve by going to them. So it's a really cool idea. Also, I always, you know, I talk about this every single time I work on Conquest, but I really have to praise them for having mature model lines. And I don't mean mature like they're violent or covered in titties. I mean mature like... Oh, there we go. I probably am much louder now. My mic, for some reason, was pointing at the wall. So there you go. I'm probably much louder now. Anyway, I really have to praise them for mature model lines. And I don't really mean that in like, you know, they contain a ton of like gruesome violence or nudity or anything like that. I mean that as in multiple models of the line are plastic, right? Like this is a plastic unit. This model range also has huge bone behemoths. They have undead cows. They have assassins. They have cavalry. They have like all these units, and they all basically fill the same role, and they're all plastic, and it's just freaking awesome. Because like as much as I like the Mantic stuff, right? And I do like the Mantic stuff, and I really like Mantic games. Dead Zone is an awesome, really fun game. Their model lines are not mature at all. They have like one, maybe two plastic sprues per faction. Like legitimately, one of the armies in Conquest has more plastic models than all of Mantic. And that just kind of blows my mind. Like it just freaking floors me. I just do not understand. You know, because like if you see this stuff and you're like, oh man, that's freaking cool, you know, but then you're like, oh, that one's resin or whatever, it sucks. And you know, there's resin models in this line too, and they're pretty good. I mean, they're actually probably the best resins that I've ever dealt with. But like being able to go out and actually get plastic models for almost everything is just crazy cool, and not something that you get in a lot of like the smaller companies. Like legitimately, if you had to say like who has the most plastic models, it's probably GW, Wildside, and then they're called Wildside. The Malifaux people. The Malifaux people have tons of plastic models, and then these guys, and then Parabellum. Even though Parabellum is an extremely young company. Like I really like this game, but it's only been around 5 years, you know, which is kind of crazy, really, when you think about it, because like 5 years is a really long time for any other product to live. That's longer than any video game console life. That's longer than every single phone. Like, usually stuff gets replaced and all much faster than that. But these guys are still around and kicking. And they've been revising their rules as like a living rule book, but it's not like they're like, okay, time to purge everything. You have to rebuy everything again. You know? It's really good. Yeah, that's a freaking dope pose. And I don't think that was anywhere in the instructions. Like, straight up, I don't think it was. Yeah, that's super cool. Alright, so he needs bonk. That goes like that. Got some nubs on there. Let's get rid of that. There we go. And then you go right there, so I'll put you on there. I have no idea where those swords and stuff are supposed to attach, so I think we'll just build them and then we'll figure out what to do with those. Bonk. Yeah, 'cause on the thing, it looks like it just goes right, like right there. You know? Like, that's what it looks like on the box. Is that because it just goes right there? Because it certainly looks like it does. Okay. Figured that out. Did not expect that. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't know if this is actually where this is supposed to go, but it actually really sits there like it's supposed to. So, yeah, see? It just connects up and everything looks like it lines up. Like, that just looks right. That might be wrong, but man, it just looks right. So we're going to go with it. Alright, I got on this side, he needs something to go there, so I got to figure out what that is. And then he's going to need one of these tassels here. Do we want that tassel or do we want this tassel? I think I want that tassel. Yeah. These have been really, really fun models to build. Oh my god. They've been super, super fun. Just because of like the kit bashing and stuff, it's been really enjoyable. And the fact that you can mix and match all the parts. Alright, so we need something for that other side. It looks like there's a ring that's supposed to go there. And then we're going to need to pick a set of wings for him still, too. So, let's find the ring first off. Yeah, in the instructions, it just looks like a ring. I kind of thought it would stand out enough that I wouldn't have to look up the number. But I guess it doesn't. Okay. Okay, give me a second. I'll look up the number. Okay, let's see. Part number 48. That's the one I need. Yeah. 48 is the one I need. And I think we might actually have extra quivers, which might actually be cool to like load up on them. So they're carrying even more arrows. That might be kind of cool, to be honest. Alright, let's see. 48, 48, 48, 48. This is all 100s. This one's all wings. This one has the other quiver. We'll clip that out. Yeah, I think the idea of having like multiple quivers is kind of cool. 100, 100, 100, 100, 127. There it is right there, 48. Nice. Okay, so that's that ring. Now we have 2 extra quivers, and we got to find a head for this guy, and we got to get him wings. So let's see. We have the cool spike head with the face mask. That one's kind of cool. We have that's a melee guy head. That's a melee guy head. We have this one that looks like it's like kind of screaming in pain. I don't like that one. And then we've got the big super mega fancy one right there. I think that one's maybe a little too fancy, so I think we'll do spike head. Yeah, that's what we'll do. It's pretty damn cool. Alright, that's him all done. I'm going to throw a little bit of extra glue here on his belly. So I have a tiny bit of a gap. That looks like my fault. And then, oh, he needs wings still. He needs wings, and then I do think I want to use the extra quivers, because I think it's cool to have extra gear. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So we'll put 1 quiver on this guy, 1 quiver on the other guy. That way when he runs out of ammo, he can like change mags and have a different quiver. I think that's a pretty cool idea. Alright. Alright. So he can be a loaded down, prepared for war undead centaur. Yeah, that's pretty cool, giving him some extra gear. And then we got this guy here, who could also have some extra gear. So we'll go ahead and we'll plop one of those just like right there, I guess. Right here, maybe. We can actually put both of his on the same side. That's kind of cool, actually. So that he can just like quick fire grab them. Yeah, let's do that. That's cool. Yeah, I think that's super awesome, actually. Having the double quiver like that. Yeah, that's cool as hell. Alright. Okay, let's figure out what set of wings do we want. Alright, so there's 3 more sets of wings. We got these ones here, which kind of have curved feathers. We got these big mega bladed ones. These ones are okay. I don't really like the skull there. Then we've got these hooked ones. I think I like these. Because the things that are kind of intended to look like feathers, they're actually, I think, metal. So, I mean, you could also just paint them as actual feathers, and they'd probably look pretty cool too, to be honest. Like if you just painted all this like filigree and left this piece metal. I'm sorry, not like filigree, like your like accent color, like what you're going to use, like paint your like cloth and stuff in, it would probably look pretty cool. And it would give you a nice bit of color on the back. So one really bad thing about Conquest, I actually don't like a lot of the studio painted models. I mean, they're very well painted. I just, conceptually, lots of times, I don't like them. Like this one is like white accents, aged bronze armor, kind of like turquoise straps, and like white cloth. Like, I feel like the cloth should be the turquoise or the mauve color, not white. It doesn't make sense in my brain. And all the straps and stuff should be like a brown. But I don't know. A lot of the Conquest models have kind of those weird choices like that. I mean, they're perfectly fine, right? Like, they look cool in the box still, but they definitely have choices that I would not make. Interesting. Okay. I guess all the wings are not interchangeable. That's a big surprise, actually. So what set of wings are supposed to go with that body? Or is it these ones? No. Weird. Okay. Yeah, see, those ones, they went down fine. Does that mean it's supposed to be the really, really big ones? But the connection point for those looks really weird. Wow, okay. It's super strange. I was just saying, like, everything's interchangeable. And then the final thing we get to actually isn't. Although I thought it was this whole time. Yeah, look, that connection point. I know what I did. I know what I did. This is the back. This is the back for the bone wings. That's what that is. It's the back for the bone wings. I put the wrong back on him. That's fine. I guess we'll still be able to put these wings on. They just aren't going to sit perfectly. But honestly, you're never going to see it once they're on, so it'll still be okay. Just a little annoying, you know. I'm just clipping out these pieces so I can trash this runner later. We'll figure it out. Alright. Yeah, interesting. Okay. So we should still be able to connect these. They're just not going to sit perfectly. Which is fine, though it is annoying. Because like everything else is sat perfectly. I'm going to sit it inside the hole as best I can so it has as many points of contact as possible. And we're going to have to hold it for a minute, unfortunately. Yeah. That's what I get for going entirely off the instructions. I was like, no, I'm going to blaze my own road. Picked the wrong body. Or the wrong back. Interesting choice for this, though. You think they would have just made the connection points for the wings and the bone wings the same, to be honest. Fuck. If I can't get these to stick on their own, I'll get a piece of green stuff and then I'll stick them instantly. But they should be able to stick on their own. Yeah, they should be able to stick on their own. And get them to like kiss up there in the middle. That'll give them another point of connection, which will be good. A little bit of extra glue I just put on reactivated the glue that was already starting to stick. Alright, well we just gotta hold him for a second. And then he's gonna be pretty much done. Yeah, he's got all his stuff on. He's got extra quiver. So this is the one we built last week. It was much easier building these second ones after I built the first one. Not that this guy was hard to build, it's just kind of already knew how it went, you know? And I already built all the heads and everything. So this is the one we built last week. He's pretty sweet. We got an archer there. This is the one we built at the start of today, which is our melee guy. Also pretty sweet. Getting ready to hit somebody with his cool ass cleaver. And then we have our second archer, who is this guy right here. Yeah, he's pretty darn cool. So yeah, they're super cool, fun models. Really enjoy getting to build them. Super looking forward to painting them. So they're gonna get painted up like the rest of my Old Dominion. So they're gonna get painted up like these guys here, which is pretty cool. So they're kind of like reddy brown flesh, and then the old bronze, and the cool color. You can actually see how close my color scheme is to the original, or to the box colors, even though like what I choose to paint is different. But yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, but I think with that, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Probably be streaming again tomorrow. Maybe I'll get to play some more Dead Man's Hand. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. Thanks everybody for watching, as always. Yeah, he just needs to set a little. Some stuff's still a little wiggly like this and that. This ring thing here. And the wings are pulling up a little bit. Okay. He's gonna go right here while his wings set. That's what he's doing. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and call it there. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a good one. And keep on keeping